Are you feeling lost or in need of guidance in life? In this video, we'll uncover the timeless wisdom of Buddhism and discover how it can empower us to be the drivers of our own lives. Lesson 1. Never distracted. Picture a driver who is about to go on a trip. This road is very long and has lots of turns and twists. There are also many things that could distract you along the way. The driver might want to take a picture of the view, check their phone, or talk to other people in the car. The driver is aware that their main job is to keep their eyes on the road and get to their goal safely. There are many things in our lives that can take our attention away from our goals and meaning. There are many things that can distract us, like social media, TV, or even our own feelings and thoughts. We have to fight these urges to stay focused and present, just like the driver does. We have to keep our eyes on the road ahead. Meditation is one way to grow your awareness and stay focused. Meditation is an important part of Buddhism because it helps train the mind and make people more aware. We can learn to calm our minds and feel better about ourselves by sitting still and focused on our breath. This habit can help us stay present and focused even when things are crazy and tempting. The practice of mindful observation is another way to become more aware. To do this, we need to pay close attention to the sounds, sights, and feelings that make up our experience. This will help us learn to enjoy the beauty and wealth of the present moment and to say no to things that want our attention. Let's say a driver is taking a road that has a lot of beautiful views. The driver doesn't have to get sidetracked by the scenery. Instead, they can practice mindful observation, which means they can enjoy the sounds and sights of their surroundings without taking their attention off the road. This can help the driver stay focused and in the present moment, and it can also help them enjoy the beauty of the trip. Paying close attention to our surroundings, the people we talk to, and the things we do are all ways to practice mindful observation. This will help us learn to enjoy the beauty and complexity of the present moment and to fight the urge to get distracted. Mindfulness is a way of life, not a place you get to. There is always something new to learn, grow, and find out about yourself. We need to stay focused and present in our own lives, just like a driver needs to do the same thing while they're driving. We need to fight the urge to be distracted and go about our journey with purpose and meaning. Through mindful practices like meditation and careful observation, we can learn to resist the pull of distractions and enjoy the richness and complexity of the current moment. We should try to stay focused and present in our own lives, just like a driver has to do to stay safe on the road. We should do this so that we can travel our paths with purpose and meaning and eventually reach inner peace and enlightenment. Lesson 2. Always keep your main goal in mind. Picture a driver who is about to go on a long trip. He knows exactly where he wants to go, and this helps him make decisions and change his course. The beautiful views and tempting rest stops along the way don't get in the way of his work. He knows that these things will not help him get to his goal, even though they may make him feel good for a short time. In the same way, we shouldn't let temporary joys or distractions get in the way of our life journey. We should instead keep our attention on our main goal, where we want to go. We have to look inside ourselves to find our main goal. We need to think about what we stand for, what drives us, and what our skills are. What is it that I really want in life? What will bring me lasting happiness and fulfillment? The solution to these questions is our guiding star. It's important to fully commit to our main goal once we know what it is. We must not get sidetracked or down on ourselves. We need to keep our attention on our goal, just like a driver does when he or she is driving. This doesn't mean we should be stiff or unwilling to change. That's not what it means. It means we should be determined and keep going. Focusing on our main goal doesn't mean we should ignore other parts of our lives. Like a driver who pays attention to the road signs, other cars, and the weather, we need to pay attention to our health, our relationships, and our responsibilities. These aren't distractions. They're important parts of our trip. Focusing on our main goal doesn't mean we should forget about the here and now. Like a driver who needs to pay attention to the road in front of him, we need to pay attention to the present moment. Having our main goal in mind shouldn't keep us from seeing the beauty and joy in the present. One important thing that Buddhism teaches us is to always keep our main goal in mind. It means finding our guide star, our goal, and committing ourselves fully to it. We need to stay focused and determined, but we also need to be aware of the present and our duties. Like, think about a car driver. Not only does he have to drive people from one place to another, but he also has to make sure the service is safe, comfy, and quick. He has to keep his mind on this goal, no matter what the weather, traffic, or people do. He can't let personal problems or outside forces take his attention away. He should instead keep his mind on his job, which is to give the best help he can. No matter what problems or distractions we face, we need to keep our eyes on our main goal. We must not let short-term joys or distractions take our attention away from our goals. We need to keep our eyes on our goal or guide star. This is how you can be truly happy, fulfilled, and wise. Lesson 3. Don't take it easy, stay focused. Putting in the right amount of work means using your energy to create good mental states and stop bad ones from happening. Take a long-distance driver as an example. Even though the driver has a long and hard trip ahead of him, he can't stop or lose focus. His eyes must always be on the road, his hands must stay on the wheel, and his mind must be on where he wants to go. He needs to be aware of what's going on around him, think ahead about possible dangers, and act quickly. Not paying attention or being lazy could cause crashes or delays, so we can't afford to be either. As we go through life, we shouldn't get comfortable or loosen up. We need to stay focused and involved as we work to reach our goals and become better people. We need to be aware of what we think, feel, and do, and we need to make smart choices. We shouldn't let short-term joys or distractions take our attention away, because that could lead to stagnation or going backwards. This idea is called right intention in Buddhism. Setting clear goals and committing to achieving them are both parts of having the right purpose. It means making sure that our words, actions, and thoughts are all in line with our goals. It also means keeping a positive mood and a strong sense of purpose. Think about a driver who is going to a new place. The driver knows exactly where he wants to go and uses a map or GPS to help him get there. He keeps his eyes on the road and follows the directions and signs. He doesn't take any side trips or get distracted. He keeps a good mood even when things go wrong, like when there is traffic or road construction. He is sure that he will get where he wants to go if he stays focused and determined. A driver who is tired or not paying attention. The driver could stop and take a break, or he could use deep breathing or visualizing to get his mind back on the task at hand. In the same way, mindfulness meditation can help us reset our attention and stay focused as we go through life. There is time every day to sit quietly, pay attention to our breath, and let go of anything that is bothering us. We can use this time to get ourselves back on track, clear our minds, and stay dedicated to our goals. Having discipline is another way to stay on track. You have to be disciplined to set clear rules and boundaries for yourself, and then stick to them even when you don't want to. Making a pattern and sticking to it is part of it, as is putting our goals ahead of our wants. A driver who needs to get somewhere on time. The driver has to get up early, stick to a certain plan, and stop at certain places along the way. Even though the driver doesn't want to get up early or follow the plan, he knows he has to in order to reach his goal. In the same way, we need to set clear limits and rules for ourselves as we go through life. We need to make a plan and follow it, even if we don't want to. We need to put our goals ahead of our wants because that's the only way to get what we want. Lesson 4. Get your brain going. For the trip of life, our brain is like the engine. It controls what we think, what we do, and how we feel. We need to take care of our brains just like a driver needs to make sure their car's engine is in good shape and charged. Meditation helps our brains work better. We can clear our brains, get our thoughts in order, and learn more about ourselves and the world around us. We're not just taking a break or resting when we meditate. We are constantly recharging our brains, making them smarter and better for our mental health. The driver makes sure that the car's engine is in great shape before going on a long trip. The fuel, oil, and water are all checked. They make sure the engine is charged and in good shape. In the same way, we need to make sure that our brains are fully charged and rested before we start our daily activities and jobs. We need to meditate to clear our thoughts and get ready for the day. But meditation isn't the only way to charge our brains. You can also learn and grow from it. Just like a driver needs to regularly use their car's engine to keep it going well, we need to keep our brains active and busy. We should always be trying to learn new things, push ourselves, and see more of the world. Lesson 5. Be confident for yourself. Be confident in ourselves is what moves us forward. We have the courage to take chances, deal with problems, and reach our goals when we believe in our skills, traits, and judgments. Self-confidence in Buddhism doesn't mean being cocky or proud. It means having a deep sense of self-assurance that comes from knowing who we really are. Just like a driver who is sure of his driving skills, we need to be sure of ourselves. The driver is sure of himself because he knows the rules of the road, understands his car, and has a lot of experience driving. He knows what his skills and weaknesses are and uses them to make sure he stays safe and gets things done quickly. In the same way, our trust in ourselves should come from knowing ourselves very well. We need to know what we believe and what we value, as well as our skills and weaknesses. Once we understand this, we will feel confident enough to make choices, act, and continue on our trip with purpose and direction. Not everyone is naturally confident in themselves. A lot of us have problems with stress, fear, and doubting ourselves. Some of us may think we're not good enough, smart enough, or strong enough. We might not be able to reach our full potential because of these thoughts. Buddhism, on the other hand, tells us that these feelings don't really show who we are. These feelings are only temporary and can be gotten rid of by being thoughtful and kind to yourself. By being mindful, we can see that our thoughts and feelings are just that, fleeting. We can look at our self-doubt and fear without judging them, and we can see that they don't make us who we are. On the other hand, self-compassion helps us be kind and aware of ourselves. It helps us accept how flawed we are, learn from our mistakes, and grow from the things we go through. Being thoughtful and being kind to ourselves can help us feel better about our own self-confidence. We can be aware of our self-doubt and insecurity without judging them, knowing that they are only brief and don't make us who we are. We can be patient and kind to ourselves, recognizing our flaws and seeing them as chances to learn and improve. We can work toward our goals little by little, enjoying our wins and learning from our losses. Our confidence in ourselves will grow as we get more knowledge and feel better about who we are. Lesson 6. Keep calm yourself. Being mindful means being in the present moment without judging it or getting distracted. This is a strong way to develop equilibrium and stay calm. Our thoughts and feelings can be seen clearly and without getting caught up in them when we are aware. We need to keep our minds on the present, just like a driver needs to keep his eyes on the road. Let's say you are driving on a busy highway when all of a sudden, another car cuts you off. You might feel angry or frustrated right away. Mindfulness, on the other hand, lets you notice these feelings coming up in your mind without letting them control you. You can take a deep breath, pay attention to the present, and then act in a smart and calm way. Patience means being able to deal with problems and hardships without getting upset or angry. Buddhism places a lot of value on this virtue because it helps us stay calm and equanimous. Like a driver who has to wait in line for a long time, we have to be patient when things go wrong. Let's say you are in traffic and should be at an important meeting on time, but are running late. It's possible that your first response is anger or stress. But if you practice patience, you can just let things be the way they are without fighting or whining. This time can be used to be more thoughtful, listen to music, or think about your life. Being compassionate means being able to understand and feel other people's pain. This trait is very important in Buddhism because it helps us connect with others and meet their needs in a kind and generous way. In the same way that a driver should care about other cars, we should also care about other people. Let's say you're driving on a small road and see a person crossing the street with a lot of trouble. Your first thought might be irritation or anger. But if you learn compassion, you'll be able to see how hard it is for the passenger and be more generous and kind in response. Slow down, give them room, and if they need it, offer to give them a ride. Being able to forgive means letting go of anger and hatred toward people who have hurt us. In Buddhism, this practice is very important because it helps us let go of bad feelings and find inner peace. A driver must forgive another car when they do something wrong, and we must also forgive others when they do something wrong. Let us say you are driving on a winding road when all of a sudden, a car comes from the other way and forces you to swerve. You might feel angry or resentful toward the other car right away. Forgiveness, on the other hand, helps you let go of these bad feelings so you can react with kindness and understanding. You can understand why the other driver did what they did. They may have been tired or distracted, and forgive them for it. Lesson 7. Never feel boring in your life journey and enjoy it. We can connect to this lesson because we are drivers. Some people find long drives boring, especially if they take the same road every day. How we feel about the drive determines whether it's fun or dull. When we think of the drive as a job, we will be bored and antsy. We can enjoy the trip though if we choose to see it as a chance to look at the scenery, listen to music, think about things, or just enjoy driving itself. The same is true for our life journey. Our lives can feel dull and repetitive when we have a lot of duties and habits to follow. The way we feel about these duties and habits, though, determines whether we find them fun or boring. As long as we see them as jobs, we will be bored and unhappy. We can find joy in the process, though, if we choose to see them as chances to learn, grow, and get better. Have a feeling of wonder and curiosity. This can help you enjoy the journey. There are times when we can enjoy the beauty of the world around us, just like a driver can. We can be amazed by the beauty of nature, the complexity of relationships, and the unknowns of the world. Life can be lived with a sense of wonder, always wanting to learn and find out more. It might be fun and interesting to go on this trip. Becoming more grateful is another way to find joy in the journey. Like a driver can enjoy how smooth the road is, how reliable the car is, and how comfortable the seat is, we can also enjoy the good things in our lives. We should be thankful for our health, our relationships, the chances we've been given, and the things we've accomplished. We can choose to see the good in our lives and develop a sense of happiness and joy. This could make our trip more interesting and fun. We need to find a reason for the trip if we want to enjoy it. In the same way that a driver has a goal, we all need to have a reason for living. This goal can be our compass, our reason for life, and our source of drive and inspiration. Having a purpose in life can help us stay focused on our goals and give our lives direction. When we have a reason for doing something, we can enjoy the journey because we know that each step brings us closer to our goal. If we adopt the attitude of "don't relax, be the driver," we can handle the difficulties of life with strength and ease. Let us follow the lessons of Buddhism and make a promise to be in charge of our own lives and lead us to a future full of meaning and enlightenment.